Anambra, Nigeria, November 2001. A bystander finds a man dying in the wreckage of a car crash and calls for help. The dying man tells his wife to take care of their children. He is rushed to the hospital, but it's too late. Doctors pronounce the man dead on arrival, and he's moved to the morgue, where morticians begin the embalming process. But something strange happens. The mortician tries to inject embalming fluid and receives an electric shock from the body. The radio turns on. Lights envelop the corpse. His wife believes that he can be revived. She begs to bring his body to church. They pray over him. Suddenly, the dead man rises and begins to walk upstairs into the chapel. And he'd been dead for 2 days. Pastor Daniel Ekachukwu's recovery is a miracle. But even more powerful is what he experienced while he appeared to be dead and gone. The pastor says he saw heaven and hell. On the day of the accident, Daniel was angry with his wife. They had argued before he died. It got so heated that she slapped him. That morning, she had apologized. But Daniel wouldn't listen. He didn't respond, he just walked out. He wasn't ready to forgive. When he got into the car accident, he was still seething. To understand what Daniel was about to experience, it helps to know about a Swedish scientist named Emanuel Swedenborg, who, 2 centuries before near-death experiences had a name, claimed to have mapped the spiritual world firsthand. Daniel's near-death experience began in the ambulance, traveling from one hospital to another.
So at the time, 2 angels came inside the ambulance. Immediately I saw them, I was afraid. I wanted to say it out, what I saw. But eventually, one of them just shut me up. So I couldn't talk concerning the angels. But I only told my wife, take care of the church, this and that, and things I felt that she don't know. When the 2 angels took me off.
2 angels. Swedenborg documented this specifically. He wrote that every person is accompanied by at least 2 angels, and that their presence becomes perceptible at the moment of death. Pronounced dead at the hospital, Daniel's body was transferred to the morgue, where the embalming process began. But Daniel didn't notice. He felt 2 angels carrying him. They left him with a 3rd being who would show Daniel around the spiritual world.
He was holding me like a friend. So he now told me that we're going to visit paradise. When we approached the place, I saw a multitude of people that looked exactly like the one with me, that angel with me. The angel with me was having the white apparel, the body was pure white, the apparel was pure white, but the apparel doesn't look removable from the body.
Swedenborg learned that everything in the spiritual world corresponds to a person's inner state, even clothing. Angels appear in clothing that shines, that is almost made of light, because the glow surrounding them appears like a garment. The radiance of their clothes comes from their loving, charitable goodness, whose translucence imparts brilliance. The surroundings were so wondrous, so enchanting, that Daniel called it paradise. Music was everywhere. The singing was beautiful. They stood in lush gardens encircled by mansions. Daniel was informed that the music he heard around him was from the flowers. He recalled that it actually seemed as if they were clapping their hands, shouting and praising God. Everything around him was alive with praise. Daniel wanted to join and sing along, but the angel stopped him. They had more to see, and things were about to change dramatically. The angel told Daniel that they were going to visit hell.
He now said, now let us visit hell. Now that's one thing that happens. From the paradise, whatever he says, we appear to the place. We never fly, we never move. Immediately he said, let us visit the mansion in a twinkle of an eye. So from that mansion, he now said, let us visit hell. In a twinkle of an eye, we found ourselves at the place. Immediately we approached the place. That gate was so big, so large. They wrote on top of it, welcome to the gate of hell. As soon as we got to the place, the angel just raised his hand like this, waved it down, and the gate opened with a wonderful noise.
Their arrival was instantaneous. Daniel heard cries and wailing, and light was snuffed out by darkness. The spirits around them seemed desperate, tormented. They could not communicate with each other. They didn't seem to see the angel by Daniel's side, but they saw Daniel and begged him to help them. One man in particular made a striking impression, a man who reminded Daniel of himself.
They was asking me for help, shouting, and I remembered one wonderful one because I'm a pastor, so that one touched me so much. He was shouting, I'm a pastor. I only ate church money that I'm ready to refund. Immediately he just wanted to say, I'm ready to refund it, that I should help. I never see any fire there. I never see any flame. But the comment there looks as if people that they are inside fire.
Swedenborg described something similar. He also wrote about fire in hell, but he learned that the people are not actually on fire. The fire is an appearance. Hellfire means the urge to do the evils prompted by love for oneself and the world. The reason there seems to be fire is correspondence, since love corresponds to fire, and everything we see in the spiritual world has its visible form from its correspondence. Daniel had just met a pastor who had gone to hell. His religion could not save him from his selfish actions. Daniel thought disparagingly of the spirits he saw in hell. They were evil, demons of the devil, nothing like him. He felt no kinship to the spirits around him and judged them with self-righteous confidence. He was still misreading what he was being shown. The angel told him, Daniel, if the book of your life was to be closed today, this would be your portion. No, Daniel argued, he was a pastor. He was better than these people. The angel answered sternly, enough, Daniel. On the way to the hospital, you were asking God to forgive you, but you would not forgive your wife. Therefore, your sins have not been forgiven. It is a matter of reaping what you have sown. You cannot show unforgiveness to your wife and reap forgiveness from God.
And immediately he made that statement, my spirit convinced me that what the angel told me or the judgment on me is true.
Daniel realized that because he could not forgive, he was consumed by anger. For Swedenborg, hell is not imposed from outside. It is the form a life takes when its ruling love is laid bare. He believed that it is we who send ourselves. A faith divorced from caring is no faith at all, because caring is the life of faith, its soul, its essence, and where there is no faith because there is no caring, there is no church. Daniel was told that he would have to do the work. And that's when he woke up. He found himself lying on a table in the middle of a church service. He was in a large cathedral full of people. Some were shouting, some were praying. He slowly took it all in. He was not in hell. He was alive. And it was not too late. It can never be said that heaven is outside anyone. It is within. We can see then how mistaken people are who think that getting into heaven is simply a matter of being taken up among the angels, regardless of the quality of their inner life, who believe that heaven is granted merely because of the Lord's mercy. On the contrary, unless heaven is within an individual, nothing of the heaven that is outside flows in and is accepted. Daniel's experience suggests something harder than a warning about the afterlife. The conditions of the next world may already be forming in the ways we give love and refuse to give love right now. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that episode of the NDE Files. This show is produced by the not-for-profit Swedenborg Foundation. If you want to support us and the creation of this program, consider becoming a member of this channel. You'll get some cool perks and help know that you're spreading this content out for the next person to find. Thanks.